I'm going to start in a way that you should never start before you perform and apologize. I wrote this yesterday and today, pretty much out of anger. I'm kind of frustrated with just a lot of things right now and the way that a lot of stuff is going in the country. And so I kind of wrote this in response to a lot of the stuff that's happened in the last couple of days. But I am going to follow it up with a little talk about mindfulness from the lovely, I can't say his name correctly, Thich Nhat Hanh. He's an amazing, amazing Buddhist monk. So, just bear with me. Okay, this is going to be a little long, but I got this, all right. It doesn't have a name. It's just a rant. Okay. It's Black History Month, and I guess I want to say thank you. Thank you to Harriet Tubman and her $20 bill. Andrew Jackson, boy bye, good riddance to bad presidents. It's funny how time changes things. I remember my best friend Haley being so impressed with Andrew Jackson, his insane screw-all attitude towards authority and, well, everything. His duels in the night and his fierce protection from the imaginary jabs to Dolly's honor. But now my best friend is a radical, militant, so far left that you barely recognize her, superheroine, and my heart goes out to her. Because that's a hard life, full of heaviness and defeat and a constantly mutating reality. It's much more comfortable to go home, shut the door, close the blinds, and escape to the lifelike virtual reality of Netflix and chill. Everything's fine. It'll all heal itself. And this is the greatest country in the world, right? But 17 people died in Florida on Wednesday. The first shooting I've heard of this year. But there have been 17 other mass shootings, one to match each person killed in Parkland. A weird arrangement of numbers, maybe? But we didn't know about the 17 others, did we? Maybe one other or two? Because school shootings have become blasé. They're normalized, and we're desensitized. And the arms race against children keeps going. And domestic terrorism keeps growing. And schools are more likely to get shot up than any other venue. Does that make sense to you? And that's why I love Haley, my militant radical best friend, who's sometimes blind to reality, and who has no time for social graces, and will eviscerate you with her words. Because she's still awake, and she's fighting tooth and nail, so that some jilted white guy won't walk into a school, pull out an assault rifle he never should have had, while the NRA and our Congress says, nah, I like the money. Thoughts and prayers will do. Thoughts will plug the holes in the victims, and prayers will fix the holes in their families, those holes in the schoolhouse walls. Thoughts and prayers are enough. This is God's country, after all. People like Haley bring about change. I love to think that I can do that, but I don't. I can, but I don't. I'm too deflated, defeated, tired. I can't keep up anymore. I'm overloaded and I'm overwhelmed. And the rules have changed. And it keeps my head spinning. And I'm trying to find a place to anchor my sight, but I'm seasick from the ground's constant shifting. And I feel like the earth could open up any day and swallow me up. Do you ever feel that way? So instead, I go home, and I close the door, and I shut the blinds, and I escape reality. But it's no longer Netflix and chill, is it? Each moment I choose to ignore reality, another person dies, a politician lies, and our democracy crumbles just a little bit more. And no, it's no longer Netflix and chill. Now it's Netflix and kill. And I feel like a cog in the machine, chugging along as though nothing's wrong, and the world comes down around my ears. My ears, my parents' ears, my 16-year-old sister's ears, my teacher's ears, my students' ears, your ears, and all those ears connected to you, past, present, and future. But we've got to open them. Open them to change. Not check out, check in. Listen, because something's got to change. And I guess I'll start with me. Okay, so, with that being said, I get trapped in the machine a lot. And I don't always make time for mindfulness. My brother just spent a year in Southeast Asia, and he did a Vipassana retreat in Nepal, and he meditates often for like 3 hours a day, which I wish I had time for that, but I have a job, and you know, other things he doesn't. So, but this is a really good, I've really found a lot of inspiration from this, and I think it's something that's easy, it's not easy, but it's something we can all kinds of work towards, I suppose. So this is called a day of mindfulness. Every day and every hour one should practice mindfulness. That's easy to say, but to carry it out in practice is not. And that's why I suggest to those who come to the meditation sessions that each person should try hard to reserve one day out of the week to devote entirely to the practice of mindfulness. In principle, of course, every day should be your day and every hour your hour. But the fact is that very few of us have reached such a point. We have the impression that our family, place of work, and society rob us of all of our time. I literally just said that. So I urge that everyone set aside one day each week, Saturday perhaps. If it is a Saturday, then Saturday must be entirely your day, a day during which you are completely the master. Then Saturday will be the lever that will lift you to the habit of practicing mindfulness. Every worker in a peace or service community, no matter how urgent its work, has the right to such a day. For without it, we will lose ourselves quickly in a life full of worry and action, and our responses will become increasingly useless. Whatever the day chosen, it can be considered as the day of mindfulness.